Alright, here's what happened. Bitcoin reached all-time highs. Everyone was cheering, looking for a massive follow-up pump to 100k, to the moon, to the Mars and beyond. And then dreams were crushed. Positions were liquidated, accounts were wiped out. Longs and shorts get eaten alive. The bull got obliterated and the bear jumped out of the bush with his massive paws ready to fight. But the bull was already running towards him with his horns. Anyhow, welcome to the crypto space. If you're new here, get used to it. If you're a crypto veteran, you know the thing. Either way, this is the video to watch right now. Let's go. First things first, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please ask yourself why and do it now. We're entering the hot phase of the bull run. You really don't want to miss any of the next videos. Same goes for my Twitter account. Don't miss out on the most recent news and free trading ideas. So what exactly did happen for Bitcoin? It might not be too obvious, but we really did get new all-time highs. The former all-time high was at exactly $68,997. And now very recently, we reached $69,098 for one magic internet money coin. And that is despite us being 46 days away from the halving. And as I mentioned in my last Bitcoin update, this has never ever happened before for Bitcoin. As you can see here, the halvings are marked in yellow, and there was a long way to go till all-time highs when we had the halving in 2020, for example, and the same in 2016, there was a long way to go, and of course also in 2012. So compared to last cycle, we're more likely at this point here where we breached all-time highs and we're halfway through this massive rally. Here on the 1 hour chart, we can see the all-time high up close. It was a very small wick above the old all-time highs, and then we get a heinous flush down. It's funny to see how Bitcoin teased us with a near break of all-time highs, then had a small retrace, then really did it, and then it punished us. But this is nothing out of the ordinary. It is actually very healthy. I mean, look at the funding rates. They were going crazy, and they're actually not completely cooled down now. If we disable the chart for Deribit here, you can see it more clearly. We're around 0.12% funding rates. We're now still at 0.05, which is of course better than before, but still a bit heated, which more specifically means we could see another flush, but it's not necessary. So of course I don't have a crystal ball, same as everyone in the market. But speaking of experience and the market momentum at the moment, it is very much possible that we go higher from here. I mean, we already saw more than $1 billion, or more specifically $1.16 billion in liquidations all around the market in the last 24 hours. Of course, mostly over leveraged long positions. I thought we would directly breach all-time highs and go beyond, but volatility went on both sides, so we also had a good amount of short liquidations that tried to nail the top. Don't do it. Don't short the bull. One of the most important rules in the bull market. Don't try to nail tops if you don't like losing money. Otherwise, I cannot help you. Here you can see more specifically where all the liquidations are coming from. All this yellow and green lines were big amounts of money sitting here, and price went through them like a knife through butter. And now we're forming another yellow line here, so big capital that is pretty likely to be flushed as well. So I told you it's possible that we actually go up from here, at least with a little flush down here. Also, I wouldn't rule out of the equation that we get another heinous wick here. It doesn't have to come, but be prepared. This time please don't 100x leverage long, so at least you won't get wiped out in the next week. The scenario that would be a little more healthy is if we range a bit at this point in time. During this ranging, you will probably hear from some self-proclaimed gurus that we're forming a triple top and now go down to 12k. Earlier I told you that we could compare this to this point in time here in December 2020. This was exactly when we reached the all-time highs back then. And there as well we had a flush down, went up, had a higher high, had another flush, and then we continued. And this took around 23 days. So be prepared in case of this scenario. I really do remember it very well. There were enough people saying that we will go down here and retest this high or even go lower. With all the market momentum at the moment with the Bitcoin ETFs, I do think this is as unlikely as it was back then. I mean, the max pain scenario would be if we range here till the halving, so 46 days, see crazy volatility here up and down with crazy wicks. Most of the market participants would go nuts, maybe even sell their bags, and then we run it back turbo after the halving. Just a possible scenario, it would be very funny. This is also a scenario where altcoins could get real good pumps. So there's no good or bad scenario. There's only scenarios you're prepared for or you're not. So make sure you're prepared for every scenario and play it as it comes. And in order to be really prepared for every scenario, we of course also have to look at a bigger retracement. I would at first look for a daily close below the EMA 200. That could indicate further downside, same as we had it here, just after the approval of the Bitcoin spot ETFs on January 11th. We had this big candle close below the EMA 200, small downtrend, then we resumed up. But beware, sometimes Bitcoin teases us with these closes just to run it back immediately after it. So maybe 2 closes below it would approve a small downtrend first. Either way, we are in a bull market. There is great gains for every one of us. And to maximize your gains, subscribe down below if you haven't already. Together we will milk the cow. Or better to say, we will milk the bull. If you're new to crypto, don't worry. I got you covered on this channel. Phil Prince, we're the greatest community in crypto. Here's my best-in-class altcoin reviews. Here's my latest video. All of this was not financial advice. Do your own research and due diligence. This was Phil Prince for you as always. Goodbye.